Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back, man. Another episode of VIP Room. Back here with my co-host, Money Making Bamboo, bro. We got a good episode today. I'm here with my former teammates, bro. One of the best online prospects coming out the draft right now. Feel me, Patrick Paul, bro. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, brother. I'm glad to be on the show.
Yes, sir. How you feeling, Bama?
I'm good, bro. Another day, man, to interview some quality athletes that come through on this VIP room right here. We got another one
Yes,
too.
facts, bro. All right, so let's get it, bro. Pat, what was your recruiting process like in high school, bro?
The recruiting process for me, it wasn't like the glamorized story you usually get. I went to Jersey Village High School. It's about 25 minutes from UH. I only had two offers coming out of high school. It was from Tulsa and Houston. Um, as soon as I got my offer from Houston, I went on a visit and I committed. And I think that was kind of my whole recruiting story. It was kind of plain and simple, but the coach that recruited me, he ended up getting fired after I signed my letter of intent, and then Coach Hogerson got hired, and then I was there from then.
Now you go ahead, Bama.
What was high school ball like in Texas for you being on the offensive line? Was that always your position? Did you play another position too? I know it's high school, so they utilize you more than one way. I'm pretty sure.
See, you would think I'd be an O lineman my whole time, but now I've really
Yeah.
been a D tackle. I was a D tackle most of my whole football career. Played three tech, nose tackle, but in high school, I think I started varsity at a nose tackle. I was huge nose tackle. I played D tackle most of my high school career. It wasn't until my senior year of high school that I started playing offensive tackle, and that was my first year there, and
Wow.
it worked out.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of that, then when did you hit a big growth sport in middle school? I mean, in high school, because bro, a 6'7" nose tackle is crazy.
Right, huh? Right. That's what I'm saying.
But
Right.
did
It
you
was
hit it? Did
crazy.
you hit a growth sport? Did you hit a growth sport?
Yeah, in like ninth grade, I grew like a whole foot in 1 year. So I was like 5'6" coming into high school, and then I just, yeah, shot up like a whole foot. It seemed like in a year, but it was probably longer. Like I just kept growing. Yeah, like it was
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So when you got to Houston, bro. I mean, of course, I know the being with Howard with the workout plan, and I know that, but because I always ask everybody this, what was your, if you can remember, of course, what was your hardest workout out of Houston?
Okay, yeah, if I can remember. There was one day. I'm not gonna say it was like there was a hard lift before, but there was also like a hard run. So maybe one time it might have been like a squat day. I might have came in. I probably wasn't feeling the best, but it was absolutely insane. I mean, we loaded the bar. The legs was already feeling crazy, but you have to push through. Craziest thing. But as far as hardest workout, I think I think it was one day we had to run like 16 110s. And I mean, by the time you're at eight, you're in like the back of your head, like, okay, how am I about to do eight more? And it's kind of one of those things. I think he was on. I think Coach Bauer was on one that day because it was kind of like, oh, we just gonna keep going. At this point, he's not even gonna tell us a number. It's like, okay, you're at eight. You're like, you get back to the line. You're like, bro, this is insane. 30-second rest, just feeling crazy. I didn't throw up, but I think that was probably the hardest day.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Was that with Bauer there too?
Bauer, yes, that was Bauer's
I
workout.
knew Bauer
16
talked.
110.
Yeah, Bauer talked that shit too when we running
Yeah,
too. Yeah, yeah, I understand
yeah,
that for sure.
it was
You go ahead, man.
insane.
You go ahead, Bama.
You spoke to playing D line, and you switched to playing offensive tackle. I mean, offensive line. Can you speak to? Was it a mentality switch? You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, when you think about a D lineman, you think about them boys being nasty. All that. I mean, you think about offensive linemen being nasty in general, but you just know the defense dark side. You get what I'm saying? So, was it a mentality switch and something or a learning curve? Well, I know it was a learning curve, but can you talk to us about that switching from D line to offensive line?
Yeah, so it was definitely a mentality switch, knowing that okay, you're not going to be as aggressive, you're not attacking a quarterback and stuff. You're kind of just flipping assignments at that point. But the hardest learning curve was really just to how to play a line. I mean, as a D tackle growing up, you didn't really have to know much about football. They just put you on that line. You either know if you're going to
Yeah.
stunt, slant, yeah, if you're going to do a stunt. But most of the times you're just rushing the quarterback or trying to get the running back. But it definitely a switch, just knowing how to understand plays at that point, understand offense. But it was really a curve because I played offensive tackle for 1 year my senior year. So coming into college, that was the biggest learning point, was to just really learn football. But I had a great coach when I came in that taught me everything I know right now about football. So that helped.
Facts. So, coming in at U of H, bro, everybody got their fall camp stories. I just want to know how hard was your first fall camp?
It was tough. I ain't gonna lie. So I came into college probably about like 340. By the end of my true freshman year, I was probably 270. I was 273 my first game I ever started. Yeah, so it was definitely a tough, first year in college as far as like working out, because in high school you don't really work out crazy. You're just like, you're going through the motions. Maybe if you have a crazy strength program, you are, but at our high school, no, it wasn't like that. So just being introduced to that crazy work style. But fall camp was tough, especially being like a young tackle that doesn't hasn't played a lot of O line, going against dudes like Peyton Turner and Logan Hall, Derek Parrish, David Anini, all NFL players that are teeing off on you every single play at scout teams. It was tough, but it really got me better, so it was worth it.
Go ahead, Bama.
What was your big success moment of fall camp, or just in general that reassured you that you could make a mark here, playing offensive line at the next level?
It was really when I switched to left tackle. So when I first came in, I was at right tackle to start off fall camp, and then my offensive line coach told me to go out left tackle. And after that rep, I've been here ever since. I've been on the left side ever since. So it was, after, I started going, you get beat every single day. I was playing left tackle during, fall camp. Once he put me there, you're on scout team. I'm getting beat every day by these high caliber dudes. And then one day they just stopped beating me, or not like stop beating me, because of course you always gonna have reps, but I started winning more. I started winning and I kept winning, it got better every single day. And I think one of those days when you go through a practice and you're like, by the end of the day, you go and watch the film. I'm like, I ain't get beat today. Like, it's one of those things like, okay, I'm getting there. And then so happened to start that year. So
Yeah, facts. Houston. We call defense D line. They call, if y'all don't know, call us Sack Ave. And we done had some pretty good NFL talent like at U of H, Logan Hall, Derek Parrish, like Peyton Turner. So I want to ask you, because you done basically, Nelson Caesar is about to come in the draft, my dog Nelson. So I want to
yeah,
ask you, because you had to block all of them, which one was the hardest to block?
that's a good question. I think they all have different things that they're good at. For me, I thought, Derek Parrish, I mean, he got moves. Like, DP can give you power. He can give you moves. DP he was a tough opponent for me. Nelson, of course, I've been going against Nelson for 5 years now. He was very tough. He was very tough. David Anini, he was tough as well. Peyton Turner, he was a bigger rusher. So for me, it kind of helped me out in that aspect because it was more surface to grab. But toughest, I'd probably say DP, Derek Parrish.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because god damn, bro. Every time he just come off the line, he gonna headbutt the shit out of you. That shit
Yeah.
really hurt. That shit really get irritated, man. Especially me, because I had to go. I'm going through that shit with my first year at scout team, bro. That shit is so irritating, bro.
Bro, every single play,
Every rep, it's every rep, bro. He's
every
gonna come
single
with your
rep.
head first, no matter
That's
what.
that's what makes him a great player. It's that motor. Like that's what
Like
I
his
mean. That
motor is
motor,
crazy.
motor.
Yeah,
Every single play is bringing the intensity. It's
yeah.
rarely reps that I saw him at practice. Like you could go against him and be like, "Ah, he BSing." Like, nah, it was never that. It
Oh
was like
wow, yeah.
Yeah,
always a hundred
he's
percent,
that type of player, like for real, like
100% every play. Like usually at practice you can tell. Some dudes when you go against them, they're not going 100%. Derek Parrish never was the case.
Sheesh.
Insane.
you can go ahead, man.
All right, man. So I watched a lot of film on you. They say your strength is pass blocking, but coming from playing defensive line, I would think you would be a better run blocker, bro. So can you speak to like really, bro? I'm intrigued by that. Like what preparation did you go into to become such an elite pass blocker? How you are right now?
Well, first off, I'm gonna say you got to watch our offense. Coach Holgerson, he comes from the air raid offense. That's our offense, is the air raid. We throw the ball. So, that's just his coaching styles. You have to be able to pass block. Like to play on his offense, you have to know that throughout the year you're gonna run 80% pass plays. We run the ball to set up the pass. Like it's not run the ball to run the ball. We run the ball to set it up so we can throw it in the air. So just being in that air raid offense every day you're working on pass pro. We have team pass, whenever we're doing team drills, it's not team run. Most of the time it was team pass. So you're just every day getting ingrained to pass block, and you're not gonna get you can't get beat. So it's one of those things that you just have to keep it in your mind, like, okay, whenever I'm passing the ball, no one's gonna get around me. No one's touching my quarterback, no one's getting close to my quarterback, because it's important that I win for us to be successful as far as getting the ball out.
Facts.
So it was just the air raid offense is why.
Yeah, I do.
Make you or
You
break
know,
you in that situation here.
yeah, facts. So playing for you said in a minute, bro. What was the hardest environment you ever had to play at, bro?
Cincinnati.
The,
Cincinnati in 2021, the championship
the
game.
championship game?
That was tough. You come out, booze. I mean, they're throwing stuff at you. This is the championship game too. Like, I mean, that's my first time playing a championship game. You come out. It was a great environment though, because the booze kind of feel better than the cheers sometimes. So it was one of those, but it was loud. Another one would be Texas Tech.
Yeah, Lubbock. I've never been to Lubbock. They always say that shit is crazy. They
They
definitely
throw
always
tortillas at you, throw a whole bunch of stuff, and you're just like, bro, what is this? And
tortillas is
they allow it, like it's crazy, and it's kind of
yeah.
fun, but that's
Yo,
another
so
one.
speaking of the 2021 year, of course, and 2020, yeah, and 2022. What was it like, bro? 'Cause I know I always had because he was my dog, but like, what was it around? Because you was around him long. What was around being with Tank Dell for a majority of your whole time, bro? We know how he is in practice, that type of guy he is. But what was, for your perspective? What was it like being around Tank every day, bro?
It was good. I've really seen him mature into the player he is today. Like, I've really seen him grow into this role that he's in. And now, he's a superstar in the NFL. So just coming in, he came in 2020. Small receiver number was like 80 something when he first came in. Then he switched to 4, then 1. You just see him kind of, grow into the player that he is. Just starting off, you see spurts of it when he first came in, spurts of that, shine. But at the time, we had another receiver, Marquez Stevenson, Keith Corbin, who were the
Yep.
dudes at that time. So he had to really wait until he gets his spot. So just seeing him grow, stay working every single day, working all the time. It was just cool to see him mature into what he is now. Like, um, it's special. But then in that 2021 season, you just see him pop. It's kind of like, okay, we get in the game. I'm pass blocking, I'm doing my thing. Touchdown. I'm like, okay, okay, this is nice. I don't see the play. I don't really see the play. All I know is that we're celebrating in the end zone. So you just see that week in, week out. And then in practice and stuff, you hear it in the locker room. We're not ever by the receivers when they're doing their drills and stuff, but and one on ones, it was like nobody could guard him. So that's what I heard in the locker room. No one could guard him. And whenever you pull up the tape, we could all watch the tape. It's there. So he's a special player, but I saw him grow into that role. But he really just dove into the work and he stayed committed to it.
Boy, man, that shit was like an and one mixtape. I just seen his practice shit, but that shit is literally like an and one mixtape. Just sauce.
Really unguardable. It was crazy.
I really unguard, like he's not
Yeah,
getting
think a
touched.
dog.
That shit,
Yeah.
Not getting touched. Like, if he was one of those players that released highlight, they practice clips, it'd be over for some dudes. But he ain't that
that's what
type
I'm
of player. He
saying.
don't need to do
He was
that.
really
So
like, you go ahead, man. Go ahead.
What was some of the toughest blocks, throughout this past season you had, and talk us through your best game too.
okay. Toughest blocks as far as like you're talking about like
Players in general. Like, who was some of the players that was just like, this is a rough game, or what team? I ain't gonna put you on the spot like that. What team was the toughest game? Like, you just like, man, this is just tougher than what you thought. You know what I'm saying?
Kansas State. Now, Kansas State, I would say, was our toughest game as an O line. The thing about O line is that you could be doing. There's no like individual work because you have to work as five for it to be successful. So
Yeah.
I'd say K State was our toughest game as an offensive line. I don't think that we were ready for how many blitzes they were sending. I mean, they sent 7, 8, like at a time, but there's only 5 of us, maybe 6 if the running back, 7 if the tight ends in protection. But we were really in 6-man pro most of the game, and they were sending 7 at us the whole time. I think they did it once in the first quarter. It worked. They kept doing it. We couldn't score. We couldn't get the ball moving. So I'd say K State was the toughest. It wasn't that they were the best athletes. It wasn't that it was the best players, the best defensive scheme. I think that just the pressure, the amount of pressure that they put on the O line, it was impossible. And then we couldn't stop them on their offense. So I'd say that was our toughest game. Big old donut.
Yeah. Hey, Bam, I'm cool. I'm not lagging, right? I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah. So, but appreciate Sports PSP for this follow super chat, like, subscribe to the pod. Appreciate you. Said, hey Patrick, which offensive lineman you grew up idolizing?
O lineman I grew up idolizing. I like Taylor Lewan. I watched a lot of Taylor Lewan, Titans left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Now if y'all watch his podcast, Busting with the Boys, he's now doing that. But Taylor Lewan, I liked his style. He was nasty. He talked his crap. Trent Williams. Um, I like Trent Williams. I worked out with him this summer. Always watching him. Talented. Another lineman, Lane Johnson. But mostly Taylor Lewan growing up. I just like the style. Nasty streak.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely am Trent too, for the most part. So at Houston, you was a captain for I think what was the first year because you became a captain?
2022.
Yeah. So basically, last what was it like, man, being like a captain, basically like basically look at as one of the leaders of the team, bro? Because getting captain is a pretty good as accomplishment for a team. So what was it like being a captain for your crew, bro?
It was great. They always ask, what's your favorite honor, while you're playing in college? And I would always say it was that one, being honored as a team captain. It was just good, coming from my background, knowing that people saw me as a leader. It showed that I had grown as a player, on and off the field, and that they viewed me as a leader of the team. So it was a high honor. And, I tried every day to lead by example, and I did. So it was a great honor. I ain't gonna
You
lie.
go, you go ahead, Bama. You on mute right now.
Yeah, my bad.
You good?
So I was like I said, I was looking at your highlights. One of your best games, they said, was a Texas game. Can you walk us through that and why you think that was your best game, bro? What was in you? Because from what I see, from what I know, man, I'm a Bama fan. That D line put it on this week too. So you know,
I'd say Texas. I like Texas Tech. I thought Texas Tech was one of mine, but Texas is what they say sometimes. I say Texas. We went out there and we fought. The O line, I mean, that's one of the best D lines, if not the best D line, arguably this year in college football. I'm gonna give them the
yeah,
best D line. They didn't do anything against us. They
right,
started off, I think they might have had one sack on us in the beginning, but for the rest of the game, it was clamped, strapped. I mean, from top to bottom, every O line was on their stuff. I mean, we were moving the ball, running the ball, which they said that we couldn't against that D line, which other teams couldn't. But we're strapping them up. I think we were just in flow. All five of us were on the same page. We already knew what it was. The stadium was sold out for the first time. I think it was like a crowd record in school history. I mean, the environment loud. I'm talking about what you'd want to be there. It was one of those games where it's like, okay, this is one of them. This is one of them games that you'll remember forever. So always been a dream of mine to play against UT, not to play for them. So it was good just being able to be out there, and the O line, we're on the same page, and it was flowing.
Yeah, facts. Because I was definitely y'all got robbed, but we know that's a little terrible
You
spot,
feel me?
terrible spot at the fucking red zone, man. I can't believe that shit happened, bro. That shit was crazy, bro. So hey, bro, you really had a damn good career at U of H, bro. So now you currently in the draft process. What is the draft process? How's it been for you recently? How's it been for you?
It's good. I'm currently at the Sports Academy in Dallas. I'm training with Big Duke. He's an
Mhm.
O line trainer, but it's been good. I'm out here with 18 different O linemen from the different parts of the country, and it's a different experience. I'm no longer in school, so you're just out here with all the same goal, to get drafted. And in this process, each day we work out in the morning, get your lift in, and then after we have O line work, and then later on in the day it's our combine work. So it's pretty good. You get in the flow of stuff, get on a meal plan. You're around a whole bunch of ballers who want to compete. So each day you're pushing yourself, competing against the other competition around you, all in a friendly way. We're all just trying to get better. So it's been good. It's been good.
You go ahead, Ben.
what are some of the nuances in training for the NFL versus first time being in college, or is it really no different? Because how y'all talk about that strength and coordinator, all them boys that come on here, I don't know, dude, like he probably worse than the worst. I don't know.
The difference in college, it's not so much like you're not training, you're just training to get stronger. So a
Right.
strength coach can really do whatever he wants, as far as strength conditioning wise, because most of the workouts are really to push people to one make you stronger and to see if you'll quit. Also to just make a tougher team. The best teams, the national champion winning teams, their weight room programs are the toughest. So in that, it's just you're getting strong. For draft and combine training, you're just trying to work on things that you've never worked on before. You're training to do one big interview that you will never do again. Training for the 40. You ain't gonna run a 40 again after you run it at the combine. Training for the 225 bench press test. You're not gonna do that 5-10-5 L drill. So you're working on these drills and working on these O-line specific drills that you're gonna have to do at the combine that you're really never gonna do again. So I'd say that in college you're just training to get stronger. Over here you're training for an interview. So that's the difference.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. Let's talk about the Senior Bowl, man. First off, bro, what was the schedule like for the Senior Bowl, bro? What was the schedule like, bro? For
So every day I was
I know.
kind of up at 6 a.m. You wake up at 6 a.m., you eat, and then you have to learn a playbook. So when I first got there, they sent us a playbook the day we arrived. Our offensive coordinator on my team, which is American, we had to learn the Patriots offense. So in 1 week, not even 1 week, in 2 days, you learn the entire, not the entire thing, but the Patriots offense of what you're going to be using. Their 6-man pro, 7-man pro, outside zone, inside zone, screens, play action plays. You learn all that in the matter of 2 days. So you eat, you'll meet with teams, you'll meet with your actual team, your O line and stuff, and your team, the American team, and then you'd go to practice. After practice, you come right back to the hotel. You have lunch. After lunch, you're straight to player interviews. So I interviewed with 30 teams. The only two teams I didn't interview with were the Falcons and the Ravens. Interview with 30 teams. It was 16, I think, at a time. Or not 16 at a time. I think it was 16 and then 14 in the span of 2 days, but you'll meet with multiple at the same time. It's so confusing. So it's
Mhm.
like a whole pod system. You'll meet with these teams for 10 minutes at a time. This will take up till 10 o'clock. So yeah, you meet with these teams 10 to 15 minutes at a time. And then after that, you go eat. And by the time you lay down, you've taken a shower, it's 11 o'clock. So
God damn, that shit damn near like a fall camp. There's just so many different ways that it's just that's I know that shit draining. I know that
it's
shit draining.
draining because you're interviewing teams that are all asking you either the same questions or the same questions just worded a different way.
Yeah, I definitely feel you. You
Some
go ahead,
have
bro.
a different interview style. Maybe they'll want you to, present your football knowledge or go up there and draw some plays. Or they'll teach you their offense and see if you can remember it. It's all different, but it's a mind game.
You go ahead, Bama.
Well, since we're still talking about the teams, out of those 30 teams, which one would you? Of course, it'll be a blessing to get your name called at any team. But do you have a favorite team that you would want to play for?
I don't have a favorite team. I'm kind of good with whatever team. It's going to be a blessing to see what team picks me up on April 25th. But Um, nah, no specific team. I liked them all. I thought it was pretty smooth. I felt like, I'm pretty easy to interview because I'm well spoken, so I like all of them.
Okay. Bama, you want to ask him? Because I got ask him a few more before we head out.
Oh yeah, talk us about the Pro Bowl. I mean, not Senior Bowl. Because from what I saw, bro, you was locking them SEC boys up. I'm kind of jealous because, like I said, I'm a big Bama fan, bro. But I saw you jammed him up a few times. So what was that like for you?
It was good. I'd say that you definitely go out there and you're battling. I feel like the first day I was a little bit jittery, so it didn't look the best because you're just so amped up. It's the first time you're playing ball, but it's also an interview. So whenever we started our practice was different than the other side. We did O line, D line, run pods, where it was a guy literally this is where my hand is. This is probably where he's at, like right here, and I'm right here, straight up. As soon as the whistle blows, head to head contact. You're running people off the ball. craziest drill ever. The other side didn't do that. So it was a shock, but it was definitely good competition because it's like, okay, you're out here battling. Everyone's being interviewed. So it was good to, showcase your skill, compete, put on a good show because you see us playing, but then it's like a circle. As soon as those O line and D line one on one started, you see everyone who was there shift and they create like a circle around you. Nothing but cameras and scouts and coaches, I promise you. I look back one day, I think it was the first day we're out there. I'm doing an O line, D line run pod. Someone taps me. I look over, I'm like, I'm gonna be like, what? Because I'm already in the zone. I look back, it's Mike Tomlin. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? I'm like, what? So really, people are out here, like, and he was showing me love too. So it was crazy. I'm like, man, people are out here. You don't even know which coach is watching you. So it's one of those things like you're so amped up to look good, but it was good competition. They view it differently as other people view it. They're not really looking to see if you win or lose. I think they just want to see if you're out there competing, if you got it in you. So
Yeah, for sure. How did you for your talking about the Senior Bowl, just the performance wise? How do you personally feel like how you did? How did you feel like you did at the Senior Bowl, bro?
I think I did good. I showcased throughout the entire Senior Bowl that I love football, and that's what it really is about. Like I love football. I'm coachable, and I'm out here trying to compete and I'm trying to dominate. So I felt like throughout all the whole week, as far as interviews and the practice, that I showed that I'm out here to compete. I'm out here to showcase my skills, and I'm coachable, and I love football. So it was good. That's all they want to see is really
Yeah,
like
you
if you
go ahead,
love the
man.
game, if you want to compete.
Yeah, facts. I definitely agree. You go ahead, man.
What was some of the nuances about learning the NFL playbook besides the air raid over in Houston?
I think with the coaching style that we had here, it was easy for me to learn that playbook. As far as what they ran, it's all the same thing because football's all the same. Most of the plays they ran, we had it installed somewhere throughout the 4 years or 5 seasons I've been here. It's just called a different thing. So I think the toughest thing was to know the calls. And they'll have a long name for the play call, so it's just about learning what you need to hear as far as the O line and what you have. It's like, for example, if you have 7-man pro to the left, okay, which way are you sliding, which side is the man side? Just finding those nuances and finding out how to compare it to what you used to run to learn it easy. So I just really honed in on that when I first came in, and it helped me. It helped me learn it quickly.
Okay, cool. My last question, because I always gotta ask this, for position wise, players in their positions when I have bring them on a VIP room. Who do you think are the top five tackles in the NFL, bro? It could be no order, but who do you think are the best five tackles in the league?
In the NFL currently,
Yeah, in the NFL currently.
Trent Williams, Laramie Tunsil, Lane Johnson, Panay Sewell, Christian Darrisaw.
It's a good ass list. I ain't gonna lie. Phenomenal list. You got any more questions, man?
Outside of football, man, what's some of your interests? What you into, like off the field?
I like gaming. I got a whole setup right behind my phone right now. I
Me
like the
too. Yeah.
game. Yeah, come on now. So I like the game. It passes time, keeps you out of trouble. I like boxing, martial arts. I've
Okay.
been doing that since I got to U of H. So that's something
Okay.
in the off season you could take care of because it helps you. It helps you on the field as far as
Yeah,
hands,
for sure.
foot speed, hand-eye coordination, and it just keeps you in shape. But those are my hobbies. I keep it simple. I
What's your
work
favorite
out.
game you playing right now?
Fortnite.
Okay.
You a
Fortnite.
Fortnite?
Fortnite at the moment. Yeah.
At the
Madden.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Call of Duty as well. Call of Duty Fortnite. This Madden 24, I
Yeah.
keep getting beat.
Yeah.
So I stopped playing it. So
Yeah.
but I
I
like
feel you.
Madden too.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
Fam, you
so
got
it's
any
pretty.
more before we head out, bro?
Oh no, that's it, brother.
All right, bro. So, hey, Pat, I really appreciate you, man, for coming out. Appreciate everybody in the
Of
chat that
course.
came out. Appreciate you, PSP, for the donation, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you tap into this video, man. Give me an 800 subs, bro. Yeah, bro. Tune in tomorrow, bro. We going live talking about the Super Bowl recap, bro. But we out though. Peace.
Most def. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Hey, go
Appreciate you.
subscribe.